I got confused. Victory. It is back. Anyway, so it's pretty anti-creature. Like, we have 7 sweepers plus 4 silhouettes, but basically we're just wanting to ride a Teferi or a gateway into some of our split cards here. So it's very anti-creature. If we get paired versus a bunch of like mid-range decks or a bunch of other control decks, I don't think we'll fare well, especially with our Search for Azcantas in the sideboard and only one negate. But I wanted to give it a try. I also think it's kind of neat that we have 2 additional sweepers in the sideboard. It just looks fun. I've been a big fan of like the treasure map slash Azur's gateway type card, and I just want to play as many of them as I can. Alright, well this hand already seems pretty medium, but I'm going to keep it in the dark and hope that we're not getting paired versus anything aggressive. This card's kind of cool. It costs 1,000,000 mana, but it's kind of cool. And if they just start with creature on 2/3, we're probably going to be in trouble with this hand. Ooh, that's neat. And since neat has been called, we're going to go ahead and jam this and hope that our life total doesn't take too big of a hit before we lose. We do have sweepers and stuff as well, though, so we've got that going on for us. Easily taking this 2 damage. I'm going to save our Sinister Sabotage for like a Planeswalker. Probably will not counterspell anything other than a Planeswalker with it. Yeah, we'll allow that. Though in fairness, we maybe should have looted first. I think we'll loot main phase. And probably put a land under it. And cast a second one of these. Now we have double counter spell, and they seem like they've had a bit of a land issue here. Hey, Locodope, what is up, friendo? Oh, well, we're certainly keeping that. They have a bunch of Assassin's trophies and stuff in their deck, so I just assume that it's not going to resolve, but... In fact, we could wait a turn and try to protect it. I think I'm on the wait a turn and try to protect it plan. Really just don't want them to resolve a Relic Seeker. We could have some problems here. Hey, Chris, what's up? Yep, just Gateway controlling it up. I guess we should do this first, but... we'll put a Settle to Wreckage under it, and then we'll counterspell. We'll put that into the graveyard, and then we'll take our damage. And because I'm really hoping that we hit another Sinister Sabotage here, I'm not going to do this during our upkeep. So we have 3 under it now. Draw us a card. Play a land, and then untap. So this thing's going to probably die here somehow. Oh, well, that'll certainly resolve. Wouldn't counterspell that with anything, even if we hit it. We lose our Teferi. We don't have Essence Scatters in the main deck, I don't think. Maybe I looked at the list wrong, but I believe all the Essence Scatters in the sideboard, so... damn near flip it if we do that, but no, I'm going to be safe. Just get rid of that. Shouldn't have taken a draw step there. That was a mistake. Three damage to each creature. If there's Essence Scatters in the main deck, we made a mistake with the Gateway last turn, but luckily for us, we don't have... or we wouldn't have hit it anyway, so I guess it didn't matter. Eldest Reborn doesn't do much. It's going to get a Teferi back at some point, but... and these things are legendary, so... I guess we'll dip that one, and we're going to discard the Deafening Clarion anyway. Maybe we should have held the land so we could have flipped the Azurius next turn. This could be a mistake. But because of cards like Vraska and cards like Assassin's Trophy, I didn't actually think the Gateway would flip anyway. Yeah, so what do? So we're going to kill you, and then we're going to draw cards. Because we're really far behind now. That's not very helpful. Yep, that's not helpful at all, is it? Get rid of that, because giving them to Fairy seems pretty brutal. Back on the Gateway plan. So we have a Syncopate. We actually can do it for 7 here. So we can actually counterspell a large number of spells, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so let's start with the Chemist Insight. Yeah, it's a really fun card. It remains to be seen if it's any good, but it's certainly a fun card. And funds have to battle, right? I guess we should always be using it during our upkeep right now because of the amount of mana we have. Also, I probably should have given us Insight beforehand. I may not now. I may just hold up all of our Syncopate mana. And like double Insight on their turn. If it flips, you basically never lose. That's true. You do get quite a bit of mana. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 left open. So we'll just go ahead and do this for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're certainly doing fun things at the moment. Smash is going to get a lot harder post board when they get, a better draw and 4 duresses. But I would kind of be surprised if we lost from here. So we have a 2 we can tuck now. Draw a card for our turn. Draw a couple cards there. Slam that. You're supposed to play Nassif? That's kind of cool. I know he'd be your boy. think the big thing to find out right now is to make sure I don't mill myself. Alright, well, we're not milling ourselves anymore, so that's neat. Put a 3 under it. Draw our card. Well, we only have 12 cards left in our library. Our opponent didn't let us have our fun, but basically next turn he was going to get wrecked for practically 20. This thing would tap for 8, then we would have had 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which is neat. We played our opponent's deck in a league. It was pretty sweet. It actually felt really strong. So I think I want this type of card here. They don't attack particularly well, and I don't know how good these are, especially on the draw. We can probably remove some number of these cards. Just don't think that they're all particularly that good. I think I'd rather have you back than one of them. Potentially could bring in Essence Scatter as well. Artifacts and enchantments. I don't think I ever want that really. Alright, we'll just go with this. Feel like we're missing some cards. Feel like we could have some Forsake the Worldlies and some Bindings or something in the deck, but what do I know? Feels like it's a keep. Well, we can remove this stop for now. If they get out one of their Planeswalkers early, we're going to have a lot of problems. Our deck doesn't deal with Planeswalkers very easily. Doesn't matter what we're drawing, we're playing the Fortress. And their deck is like a basically mono Planeswalker dot list. Well, I mean the effect's still there. Sure, it may have rotated itself, but like we have the other one, we have the gain 4 life one, Invoke. It's just that type of effect. Well, we have enough sweepers that I think we can find another in time. Maybe not. Just 2 creatures and a duress is enough to kill us, apparently. And we're dead next turn. I guess we're not 100% dead. We can still hit Silhouette. Or practically dead. Womp womp. Maybe I want more of these in? I think I like these better than Settle. Kinda want you to. Yeah, so James is apparently having fun with stuff. We'll certainly keep this. No duress, that's good for us. We have Bay in play. Most of his ways to kill Bay give us a land too, which is pretty good. Apparently James is having fun. I don't know about any of this weird stuff. I assume it's just a branch walker. We'll take 2 damage here and shock ourselves. That way we hold up counterspell plus gateway. Because I'm like pretty keen on using gateway every turn this game now. Also should set this here because we might want to evaluate every turn whether we use it or not. Go ahead and do this. This game situation, I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Really want to land. Wrecked. That's not a land. I think the only way we can lose this game is not hitting lands. Like, we're significantly far ahead. Opponent can have that. Yes, opponent can have that. We're going to take the card and hope that we draw a land, and we did. We're going to feel super excited. We're not going to be able to hide it. It's going to be great. So we have a negate to protect it with. Now that's interesting. Because, like, this card's pretty good, but them just casting a Gogari's pretty good too. Not sure which one is better for us. This one gets us a land, but I don't know what a land does. I guess we just let them have the Gogari. I have no idea what's going on in chat. I basically have quit paying attention to you guys now. So I wonder if this means they have another Assassin's Trophy. If we'd let them hit this, we could have activated this turn plus have a negate. Can't press F6 in case they have a second trophy. I don't even know what he's saying. Like I said, I'm not paying attention anymore. This is game 3 of round 1, and our opponent's scooping. I don't know why they're scooping here. This definitely seems like a weird time to scoop. Because they can literally just attack this twice at this point in the game and be able to beat it. I guess we're drawing a card next turn. Well, we're looting that. Then we're drawing a card for our turn. Then we're upticking to fairy. Then we're clearing the board. I guess we would have won probably, but I don't know. It just seems too early to concede. We'll move on to the next game. I feel like this deck's going to be majorly weak to Planeswalkers. Our opponent's 4-0 going for the 5-0. Will we devastate that? We have to be weak versus red here too, right? Guess we get to bring in a lot of cards, but alright, we'll keep this hand. It's super slow, but our mana's like super bad in this deck, so I'm not sure that we can be really picky about what we keep. Another Golgari deck. Again, I feel like we're weak versus Planeswalkers in general, so this could be bad. Yeah, I'll put that in the graveyard. We'll just bring it back at a later point if we need. So bored causing trouble. Wonder if they're a similar type deck or whether they're the much more creature heavy version. Either way, I'm going to counterspell a creature at this point. If I had a red source, I obviously wouldn't. There's a red source. This match has to be actually really bad for me, the more I think about it. Guess we're just taking the damage for one more turn. That way we can use the deafening plus have a counterspell up. Life total is resource and all that jazz. Guess we have to counterspell that one. Put that on top of our library. Probably need a counterspell next turn. Like, I'm only worried about their planeswalkers, so unless they have a land and a Golgari, I feel pretty good. If they have a land and a Golgari, that would suck. I think I'm just gonna Chemist Insight here. What? I didn't send you any video, did I? What do you mean sent you a video? Oh. Well, it wasn't a video when I sent it to you. It was a live stream, and you had asked what auction I was going to go to, so I just linked you the auction. Yeah, it wasn't a video at the time. It was a live stream. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this and take it up now. Well, I don't know what your real account is. Does anybody know what your real account is? I assume they're going to have a thing for that. I guess that resolves. They didn't have a thing for that. Highly confusing. Maybe they're going to do it during our upkeep. So 4. They just have 2, I guess. A message to the account you had last spoke to me on. If that counts or anything. Our opponent's in pretty decent shape. They literally just have to have a Planeswalker here and they're Gucci. If they don't have a Planeswalker though, we're pretty far ahead. It's looking like they didn't have a Planeswalker. Back up to fairy time. Uptick. Now we have an actual counter spell as well. Sure. They hit a land. How unfortunate. And we drew Bay. Got him. Guess I shouldn't play this. I want something to discard to this. Alright, I don't want anything to discard to it now. Yeah, inside's pretty good here. I'm probably just going to do 4 damage to them and draw 4 cards. Yeah, I probably don't even need to do that. We're legit probably too far ahead to do that. Like, we can do it this next turn with the Sinister Sabotage up, or more importantly, we can just save it to destroy his table with the Teferi. Alright, opponent's done. Well, that was neat. Alright, so I brought these in last game. I still think these are pretty good. I actually brought this in last game as well. I brought Cleansing Novas as opposed to Settled Wreckages, because I think Nova's a little better, but like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Nova's not better here. Like, giving them land seems like it's pretty good. I sideboarded out one of these. I think I'm going to sideboard out some of these on the draw. Maybe I should just bring these in. Big Big Veraska kills it, though. Big Veraska's a card I'm kind of scared of. Yeah, this deck is definitely just a pile of sweepers. I'm going to bring another one in. Or I'm going to bring it back in, rather. Put a Banefire in over one of the explosions because a Banefire can actually kill a Planeswalker. So we're certainly going to keep. Uh-oh. Bloodfast could do some dirty. To play this, probably not on a Golgari turn. Because this is the PPTQ list and we did not build it. Yeah, we can Chemist Insight or Sinister Sabotage here. He's going to draw 2 more cards. If they draw too many cards, we might just like top deck a Banefire and get them. That'd be hot. If they duress, would I even bother to counterspell it? Probably would not bother to counterspell it, right? Alright, well we're hunting for lands. I found some. So we're up to 9 cards. We're going to have to discard for our turn. I don't want to discard. Don't really care about our gateway too much. Would not try to protect it. If they don't play anything this turn, we will just loot with the gateway. Oh my! Well, guess we'll loot with the gateway anyway. I don't think we have time for all of those, but we might need to land. Do we just wipe the board and then die to a Planeswalker here? Oh, I don't have double white. I'm so bad. I could have just punted this game. I think I just punted this game. For some reason in my mind I had double white. Now they get to resolve a Planeswalker too. We get to take a hit for at least 11. I believe this game was very close to 1, and I punted really, really bad. Because we don't have a white mana for next turn either. They cast Duress on me, I may concede. Or I may use Gateway, then concede? I'm not sure. Kinda hope they attack Teferi. I wasn't expecting Carnage Tyrant, and I played this game very badly. So they did end up getting a Planeswalker after all. fog. How do we win? I don't know how we win. Guess I'm going to get rid of that. Alright. Well, we're not dead, but they still have this. So we got lucky there. Red, white, colorless. Like, they still have a bunch of stuff going on, and we're like really far behind this thing at this point. We're roughly where we would have been anyway, except we would have had to ferry with the other situation or the other scenario. Yeah, we're not going to be able to beat both of these. Our deck just factually can't beat both of these, I don't think. We wouldn't have been tapped out this turn. He wouldn't have been able to do what he did. Well, it doesn't really do much, does it? He just kills it. Like if I tuck this, he literally just kills it. Maybe it's better just to cast a Defiant Clarion? Hey George, what's up? I'm gonna play it like this. I'm gonna do our best to protect our Teferi. Even though I don't think that the Teferi can be protected at this point in the game. But I want to make them use a spell, not an attack. No, I punted this game really hard. Trying to scrape together a way to win now. That hurts. I guess I'm just not have time for that anymore. Maybe they'll play around Settled Wreckage. Definitely MTGO. The MTGA is not for competitive players yet. They have a negate that can get rid of a duress, so like there's a chance that he just attacks the fairy. Multiple Carnage Tyrants. Yeah, this deck seems like our worst nightmare. They have 2 mana ways to end our threats, and they have a bunch of planeswalkers and stuff. I feel like they're supposed to attack the fairy. She's gonna attack me instead. Alright, well I guess we lose. Okay, I guess I want all of these then, if they've got multiple of the big dog. Can get rid of some of these, probably. Probably just get rid of all of these. I wonder if Essence Scatter is just better than one of these. MTGO can make you money, though. Every dollar you send on MTG Arena is a dollar you never get back unless they change something. And on top of that, MTG Arena is such weaker competition. Like, it's weaker than most Friday Night Magics. I literally have a winning record on there playing the pre-cons that they give you, which is ridiculous. We were winning over 70% of our matches when we were playing Wizard Red and Mono Blue before the wipe. In tournaments, not just like random matches where you're queued versus similar people, but like we were winning over 70% in tournaments. And that's absurd. It's just not Magic. As much as they want it to be, it is not Magic. And it may be down the road. I have no idea. I'm going to continue to do my dailies and hope. But as of right now, it is just not close to Magic. That was a play mistake. I should have led with Meandering River, but I wanted this to come into play untapped. I think it's better to get the Gateway on the table to start. Because next turn we can get an activation from the Gateway, and, well, Jeskai. Clearly punished. Just not going to bluff anything. That's nice. Sabotage. We're going to take a lot of damage here. Actually, I think I want this card. Now I'd rather play this and use this, I think. We're definitely going to take the damage. We sided out most of our silhouettes anyway. Oh god, somebody's talking politics. That's fine. We have a Deafening Clarion. Would love them just to play another thing. Kind of worried about Relic Seeker. Man, their two Veraskas are so good versus us. I guess we want to loot regardless. We might have found something we wanted less. We didn't, but we could have. Could have found like a Teferi or something. That would have been sweet. Speaking of Teferi, but we can't play Teferi here, I don't think. They have discard spells, so I feel like we should probably just jam this one when we can. Chemist Insight's probably better than Search. If we play Search and they just cast Vraska's Contempt, we get nothing. Or sorry, Vraska's Relic Seeker. And like, it's pretty easy for him to have a Relic Seeker here. I think I'm gonna dump this one. I don't think it does anything right now. I'm gonna take a hit from this, I think. Draw 4 cards. Start suspending PP. I don't even know what that means. So this is only really bad if they have a duress. So we'll do damage to them and then we'll draw. Really hoping to get a counter spell for that post cleansing Nova. We did not. Well, we still have to play the cleansing Nova though, right? Any planeswalker smashes us now? I guess it doesn't smash us that bad. We can, if he gets a planeswalker, we can just tuck it with the fairy. JK. Planeswalker would be quite good now. Another Carnage Tyrant would also be just quite good now. We'd be drawing pretty thin to another Carnage Tyrant. We have 3 settled wreckages in our deck. At that point. Yeah, Explosion's very good. He's certainly going to counterspell that. We're certainly going to dump that at this point. Down to 3 cards. What do they have? Llanowar Elf? Just tuck the Llanowar Elf. That way we brick one of their draw steps. Could have played a different land, I guess. Alright, we have a bit of an engine going on. Clicked the Steam vent, but it didn't work, so I just clicked another one. Alright, well, you get the Cleansing Nova now. We'll start with you. We'll second with you. I don't want to take any more damage from that thing. Well, we have insurance versus the first additional friend, Carnage friend. That guy just says draw. It actually works well with that. That says draw too. Alright. We're just gonna win now, I guess. You can have your force back because I was too lazy to press a button. We're down to 9 minutes. I didn't think we were playing slow. Kinda want to protect this Teferi, but I know I shouldn't. There's only one other settle in our deck, so. It's definitely not a May on Moto. At the beginning of the next end step, untap 2 lands. Like, it doesn't say May, and it is giving me the menu. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but I'm saying it's making me. So you're just saying I can press OK twice. Sure. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can just press OK. I need to stop errating cards. We'll counterspell that. We'll keep that. It's what we call a game winner, boys and girls. They don't have an Assassin's Trophy. Oh, I gotta do this, resolve this thing first? Sure, we'll get rid of that one. What do we got here? We got a 0, a 1, and a 4. Alright, well, yeah, this game's over, I guess. Hey, we beat the Golgari deck that won the PPTQ twice. This one had Carnage Timers in the sideboard, though, so he definitely been doing some work on the deck. He say deck them? We're getting close. We were getting close to just like throwing damage at their head, or destroying all their lands and making them draw a bunch of cards. We only had 12 cards in our deck, so we couldn't draw too many, but that match feels terrible. I don't know how we won it. They just drew really badly, I guess. Oh, the opponent was playing for the 5-0 too, I forgot. We robbed a 5-0 and now we're trying to rob a 4-1. This deck is definitely weak to Planeswalkers. I'm having a lot of fun. Gateway is a fun card. I do not suggest playing this card deck. Maybe I'll just message Sean and arbitrarily tell him he can't afford me. This is a keep. Who's just playing? Uh-oh. This is the deck I've been saying that I'm scared of. The deck I've been saying I'm scared of. I don't think I'd be afraid of them if we had more red removal spells. But our deck's trying to go to the ultra late game. Yeah, do your worst, friendo. And like Risk Factor and Experimental Frenzy are just cards that we will struggle to beat. Yes, we will take 4 damage. Now we'll go down to 10. Then you're going to have another one of those. That's pretty sick. Red, white. Get rid of those things. So like one card is going to deal 8 damage to us. That's pretty ridiculous. When playing versus like late game control. It's like less ridiculous when playing versus reasonable things. Yes. We're at 6. Enjoy. We have counter spells and stuff now, though, so I assume. Oh, I should have played this Plains. I guess that's fine. What's the chances they have a shock? Seems like 100% they have a shock-like effect. I was hoping to be able to ping it with that, but not so lucky. Ugh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Smart attack. We're dead to a lightning strike if that is the last card in their hand. Yeah, well, we faded the lightning strike. You notice they never draw many lands? I guess they drew 5 in this situation, and by 5 I mean they only drew 4. I would have drawn 6 in their shoes and been in a lot worse shape. Alright, the way they're taking this pause, you guarantee they drew a burn spell here, so they're going to win the game. There's like literally no doubt in my mind that they didn't draw a burn spell. But hopefully it's just risk factor. We can give them some cards and lose to the cards instead, but we can at least feel like we made a choice. Yay, yes. Want want. They have a burn spell. I'm confident of it. I dared them to use it pre-combat. Could just be shock. I feel like it's a lightning strike, but it could just be shock. It's definitely a spell, though. We come close to stabilizing this game. Not really. So we die to whatever they have here. I'm pretty confident it's a shock, the way they've played. Maybe I'm just wrong. Oh, well, got a chance, I guess. Deafening Clarion? Or Settle? Well, staying alive. Um, do we have to fade like this draw step as well? And we're dead. Didn't fade this draw step. Womp womp. So what's good versus them? These have to be good here. These have to be good here. These have to be reasonable here. Cards that are bad. These are probably way too slow. These are probably way too slow, which means you're probably fine. Feel like the Sinister Sabotages are way too slow as well. Maybe on the draw they're not way too slow. We can cut a land. We can go down to 26 lands. Keep. Hand's pretty good. They're mulliganing again. Hey, Lyra. What is up, homegirl? Did I bring in my Winding Gate? I did. Good. Pat myself on the back. Pat myself on the back. Have my favorite combo of the Fairy Silhouette. We've been lightning striked. What will we ever do when the lightning strike runs wild on you? Let's sinister sabotage anything they are here just to try to look for a land. And I fail miserably at getting said land. That's disappointing. Yes. Cast something. I want to sabotage. Not because I care about that thing, but because I want to surveil. I just want to cast this one. Slightly harder for them to deal with. We only have one negate and one surveil left in our deck anyway to like try to stop a fight with fire. We can give our dude double lifelink. Hey, there's that thing. That thing's not bad. A million mana for it too. Could just tuck it and not worry about it. Then we have to worry about the cards in their hand. I like that of just getting rid of it. I don't think I'm attacking. I think I'm going to try to keep Teferi alive. But like, that might be just greedy. Everything I just did might have been too greedy. Now if they have a Chain Whirler, any burn spell, fight with fire, bane fire, like all of those things really blow me out pretty hard. That's another one of them. Goodbye Teferi. But we got rid of the experiment. Sure. No, I'm pretty happy with the decisions that were made. Don't care about that. It's weird to me. Do they have a fight with fire in their deck? Or hand, even? So this has to happen 2 more times? We know what they're drawing this turn. There's not a lot we can do about it, but it does limit them on lands very hard. Doesn't limit them too much because of this, like they still have 5 lands now. That's fine. Now they're at 4. Try to attack their mana base. Alright, well, they have to get a 2-card combo or just a fight with fire. They have a lot of draws if they do. They don't have very many that deal with this cleanly, though. We can just, like, draw our Bane Fire. And it's going to take them a while to chuck us down with what we have, so they have to target that thing. Let's see if they got lucky and had 2 burn spells on top. They did not. They just die. Oh no, I guess they're just getting a card off the top of their library. They have a bunch of mana. And they got there, folks. A bit of a tilt. I feel like they got pretty lucky. There's like not that many burn spells, and they probably sideboarded a good number of them out. Only card we care about is to Runaway Steamkin. We'll take the other 4. And also draw one of our card advantage cards. Don't like these 2 cards in the deck together. Yeah, oh, looks like we're playing for a while. They get to cast a bunch of spells a turn. All I want to do is draw like a Chemist Inside or a Teferi or another Lyra. Pretty unlikely to kill it with another Lyra. Well, they'd be pretty likely to kill it the exact following turn because of this. Just casting a second experiment. But they about have to, though. Sure. I'm taking the 2. I don't know why their turns are taking so long. Like, they're 9 minutes behind us right now. Well, 8 minutes and change. I'm exaggerating, but cool. We drew another land. We've drawn half of our deck as land so far. We did sideboard a land out. They cast this and then they paid 4 mana and sacked 1. I don't like paying the 4 mana and sacking 1. I guess their hand's pretty good if they're doing that, but like, what if I just have an answer to this? Feel like this is better than anything in their hand, regardless of what this Flame of Keld does. Unless it's like literally 3 burn spells. If it's literally 3 burn spells, that's another story. Just wish whatever they would do that they would hurry up. Now Now they're sacking their other one. I have exactly 3 cards in hand. Hard for me to imagine those 3 cards are better than just having an experiment in play. Alright, well I'm going down to 8. So far I'd still rather have an experiment. Yep, I'd rather have an experiment. Maybe it's a fight with fire? It's the only thing I can think of. Banefire, like one of those type of effects. Yeah, that's what it is. They tap their mana really quick. I'm just going to concede before they even show it to me. No fun for them. Well, that sucks. We saw about 20 cards and we didn't draw a single one other than Teferi that lets us look at another card. Whereas they saw like 3 pretty early. When their deck probably only has 4 or 5. We just sideboard a bunch of ours out though. Like all we had was Chemist Insights really. 2 Sinister Sabotages. We didn't have much. We needed to draw some of like these 8 cards. We drew 1 of them. Maybe I should have protected the fairy. Could have just... I'm going to ignore them. I'm streaming. They want to return cards, but I'm streaming, so I'm going to hard pass on that. And I don't have my phone in here, so I can't message them either. Alright, well, we denied a 5-0, but we gave somebody a 4-1. That seems fine. Third opponent is mulliganed. So far, only opponents have mulliganed have beat us, but everybody who's mulliganed's just been a red deck. I feel like the red decks are very good versus us. We really don't have the tools to beat red decks. Oh, well, opponent cast a bunch of stuff. Hey JJ, what is up, friendo? They have 1 card left in their hand. I guess unless it's risk factor, I don't care about any card that they could have. I'm not sure how much I care about risk factor either. I guess I'd care about risk factor a lot. That gets to deal 2 damage to us no matter what, I guess. I guess that's not true. We could look for a Silhouette. Get rid of this. I would like to do stuff like that. I would love to open my boosters and for people, for the world to see. And this kind of sucks. I'm going to be forced into settling that. Get rid of one settle and cast the other. Opponent discards a settle when he's at 10 life and you're attacking with 2 creatures. You can't feel great about that. Zero's Gateway's a sweet, sweet card. I'll pop it up so you can read it if you want. Experimental Frenzy's a sweet, sweet card. So we know the top card of their library is basically a land or something that's kind of irrelevant, so it's like pretty safe to tuck that one. It could be something that costs like 3 mana. Oh, I guess it's another experiment. How lucky. Like the actual best possible. Into the best possible. Wow. How insane is that? Like I'm actually offended by that luck. And that card's pretty good when you run Hollered in the Sun every single time you play it. It's a sweet card. Definitely have a lot of fun with it. So we know the next card. So it's like pretty easy to want to go ahead and counterspell this. We'll put that into the graveyard. So we know they're got another Experimental Frenzy. Because we tucked it down. Why are they not playing it? Am I wrong? Pretty sure it's an Experimental Frenzy. I don't think I'm wrong. Well, whatever. We'll tuck this one too. Yeah, that's what we thought you had. So they drew a card for the turn. Then they hit a land. So that's turn 2. That's 3. So the top card's unknown. I kind of want to put this under it because it flips it entirely and we gain 5 life, but I guess I will. And because we did that, we can buy this back now. That could have been greedy. Because like now we're like really just trying to draw another one of those. This is a way to stop any creature though. My face, if it's my face it resolves. Risk factor. So we have 11 mana. Syncopate you for 9 risk factor. Yeah, pull for tomorrow's still legal. Be nice if we could draw another, but they really just hit 4 spells. They hit 4 spells in a row. That's kind of ridiculous. They hit 4 out of 5 spells now, and now our Teferi dies. We're gonna lose this game because our opponent hits 5 out of 6 spells. That's absurd. If it counts for anything, as long as we hit the explosion, I think we win. Alright, well, I guess we get to save our guy. Probably hit another land. We did in fact hit another land. This is extremely tilting. The pull for tomorrow itself's not legal. I thought he was making a joke about our, whatever you call it. I thought he was making a joke about explosion. And, like, this game was over. And we didn't draw anything relevant the rest of the game while our opponent's drawing like 7 spells a turn. When, like, mathematically he should be hitting 2 lands on almost all of these turns. But he just doesn't. At any point. He literally just doesn't hit lands. You literally can't beat that stuff. Could have held my Syncopate earlier too, I guess. But it wouldn't have changed anything. Like, I'm pretty dead on board. I have no out here. Whatever. I don't even want to play versus these experiment decks. Like, this is actually upsetting me that somebody can run off like 7 spells on one turn, then 8 spells the next turn, or something ridiculous. It's like, it's truly tilting me. And I don't get tilted much, as anybody who watches my stream knows. But, like, that insanity is actually tilting me. Like, the card does not do that. Just run the math. The card does not do that. You might get 2 or 3 or 4 spells, but you're not going to get 6+ spells every single turn you cast a card. And our opponent was making consistent errors, too. I don't know what other card I took out last time. Maybe I just took out a Syncopate? Opponent mulligan to 5. And still just like easily beat us with a bad draw. Alright, we'll keep. Can't cast any of our relevant spells, but we'll still keep. We can cast this. We can't cast basically 1 spell. I'm just whining right now because I'm annoyed that we've lost 2 games in a row to absurdness. Like, I don't even want to run the numbers. If I broke out the hypogeometric calculator, that guy's hitting like, that last opponent hit like a 10% or 3 turns in a row or something. But like I said from the very beginning, I don't think we will ever beat these decks, so I shouldn't be getting that upset that I'm losing to them. I'm just getting upset in the manner that is happening. Cool. Well, hopefully we draw a sweeper. Kind of don't want to cast Silhouette on this. Because I feel like I'd have to have a sweeper to win the game anyway. I guess it buys me another turn to hit a sweeper. I have not ran a blue-black deck yet. I've not saw a blue-black deck that seemed reasonable enough to run. Or even fun. We're getting punished for a 3rd color in our deck. We can't play our spells. Three of the sweepers we're drawing to, we can't even cast if we do draw them. We can only play Carrion. We basically have only this turn to do it. We did not do it. So they got 5 cards in hand. They get to hit us for 8 this turn. So this game's just over. We're on 0% out now. Like, even if all 4 of their cards in their hand are lands right now, it won't matter. They can still kill us before we can close. And they weren't lands. Oh, 2-0 into a quick 2-2. It's not mine. It come from Mana Traders. I think basically the only cards in this deck that are mine are the Settled Wreckages, Glacial Fortresses, and Sulphur Falls. I guess that negates mine. One of the Syncopates is mine. Mana Traders rocks. And we have a reasonable hand. What if I could have done something better with this last game? Huh? We get to play our most important spell. Could be a mirror. These are kind of cool. They help in counterspell wars. Oh, Jesus Christ. Aaron Barrich with the host. Big ups to Aaron. Is he one of the people that just beat the shit out of me? I have no idea. Somebody beat the crap out of me and made me salty a second ago, though. I wonder if it was Aaron. Thank you for the host, my friend. Love your content. Love Infect. Infect's one of my favorite decks of all time. Kinda don't want to get rid of one of these. I'm not. I'm just going to get rid of a land. That's going to feel dirty, but... Not bothering to cast a Teferi. It'll get counterspelled, and they can resolve their Teferi. That's just not a game we want to play. This is neat. Give me some cards. Alright. Here's resolves. Hey, we cast the first half of this card finally. Champions. Champions all around. It amuses me. It amuses me so thusly. I think that's a word. Maybe I'm just trying to sound smart. Spoiler, I'm not. It'd be nice to have a land. Looking at this land under here. Yeah, my tilt's my tilt is officially gone. Like, I'm just happy again. My tilt is gone. I am just very happy again. I was a bit tilted, but now I'm like pretty happy. I'll be the first to admit I was tilted. I'll be first to admit that like I could lose this match now and not even care. I'm just excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I wonder what answers at instant speed they have for the gateway. We're really close to flipping the gateway, and maybe we should. Like, should we prioritize flipping it? Should we just cast Chemist Insight here? I think I want to protect Gateway. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Visitor's Opposite will be interesting. Is it going to lightning strike me? Okay. If they're just lightning striking me, I guess I kind of do want to just discard the Syncopate now. Oh gosh. This is just neat. My friends, we're doing neat things. I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun. Did you just see what we did? I'm having way too much fun. Yes, my mana will go away now. So they have 4 mana. They can cast 2 counter spells. So we need 5 mana for 2 counter spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 20. We technically can't. Oh, yeah, we can. Oh, how neat is this? I guess I don't want to do red. Just fight over this thing then? I feel like he has to counterspell it. It resolved. Well, I don't know what to do now that it resolved. Yeah, this Teferi is about to make a lot of mana. Alright, so we want to go to the end step. Then we want to tap you and you. So we want to untap you and you. So we want to tap you and you again. I guess he can draw the cards too. So we're going to do this for 20. 16, 17, 19, 20. Whoops. How do I take it? And whatever. 21. If we need that 1 mana, I'm going to be super sad. There's only 1 negate in our sideboard. Alright, so this is what we've been wanting to do the entire league. We could care less whether we cash now. Hey, he's letting our spell resolve. Okay, you can see another land. Oh no, you can have Disdainful Stroke now. How neat would that be? And then we get to copy his counterspell and beat him with the expanse, or copy his negate with the expanse. Man, these expanses were neat. These expanses were neat. That made your manpowers tingle? Okay. Well then. I'm glad you were excited. I'm disappointed that you could not hide it. I feel like taking all these sweepers out is probably just wrong. Because, like, he's probably going to have, like, Lyras or, um, Lyras or, like, Niv Mizzets or something, but, oh well, I guess this one's just worse than that other one. Can I just bring these in and not care about it? I know in the old blue-white mirrors that my philosophy was to absolutely ignore Lyras and stuff from our opponents. I think Niv Mizzet might change that a little, and we don't have any cast outs or Ixalan's bindings anymore. So, like, maybe we need one. Do I play one just to hedge? I don't know. Do I play one just to hedge? I'm going to play one just to hedge. Yeah, Fight with Fire is different, though. Like, Fight with Fire is a kick spell, it's not an X spell. Uh, pretty easy keep, but, like, obviously we need lands. We got Bay again. Fortunately, Bay can't come out correctly on curve. And when they're on the play, they can deal with Bay. Having a double Lyra in opening hand kind of sucks. We only sideboarded 2 in. The other one would be a Cleansing Nova. You might want to counterspell this one, opponent. It's kind of important. I don't think it copies the 21. I could be wrong. I would have to double check the rules, but I don't think it does. Man, Expanse being able to steal their Chemist Insights just really, really makes me smile. Unfortunately, if we do that in this scenario, where we're missing a land, they could untap and just play Teferi? Oh, it does. Okay. Dark Rico says it does. I'll trust chat. I have no idea. Land us deck. We're playing 27 of you. There you go. Going to play tapped, but that's fine. I'm just happy to have you. Want. Goodbye, homie Lyra. We've already missed multiple land drops. That kind of sucks. Ooh. Okay, sweet. We hit a land. We have to discard Lyra again. We only have 1 negate in our deck, so I feel like post board the matchup's going to be kind of rough. Oh, they got Filter Rune too. Our gateway might not be the trump that it was once before. Goodbye. Alright, well, I don't really want to discard these, so I'll just play one. I will not protect it. If he uses a counter spell, it's just gone. Gone forever to the great nether. Go history, but now, yeah. Do your history things. History lessons engage? Question mark. I was tempted to expanse that. I guess expanse. Yeah. If it didn't have a million other mana untapped, I probably would have. I'm pretty sure I'm getting ready to discard this Teferi. Will they target? A red source? Sure, we don't have red sources in our deck. Again, we don't really have red spells in our deck. It's just two of them in our hand. We don't really have them in our deck. Just ignore these. Oh, they brought in Cleansing Nova. Or they left in Cleansing Nova, I should say. I don't know why that's surprising to me. Guess I want to save that counterspell for later. And I would rather just expanse it. I also should have expansed my Sinister Sabotage instead. I expect another counterspell here, though, but that's still improper. Because if this does resolve, I could have got an extra Serval. Why do they have Spell Pierce in their non-tempo deck? Anybody that's heard me talk much about Magic, I find that highly offensive when your non-tempo deck has that card in it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're expecting to go to a lone game, right? So you expect your opponent to have mana. If we hadn't missed 1,000 land drops this game, like, that card does nothing. It's like good for early in the game, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I think you want to have 4 negates in this style of deck before you have the first one of those. There's ways to leverage it, and like sometimes you get them through, but I think on average it's not good. Feels like it's just too much work on average. A bunch of counterspells still. Really surprised by the Cleansing Nova. That's interesting. I don't really feel like that's a card we can beat very easily. It's probably the card from the mirror match top decks that scare me the most. Alright. Another Cleansing Nova's pretty good. Also, don't think my Syncopates are very good for a similar reason. I just didn't think I had a better card. And I think Syncopates are better overall. Assume that's one they want to counterspell if they can. If they shock here, we can't use our Syncopate. Two cards in hand? Almost want to draw 3. And when I say draw 3, I mean attempt to draw 3, because I don't think it resolves ever. I think we'll pass now. Save all of our mana and just start using gateways at the end of turn. We miss land drops like this, but I think it's okay. There's only one more Chemist in our entire deck, so it's not like we're drawing to a significant amount of things. Just like loading up with counter spells and stuff right now. And as of it is right now, we can play 2 Sabotages and an Expanse, so we kind of have 3 counter spells here. It's fine. We've not saw what their kill condition is other than Teferi. A little concerning. Getting closer to doing gateway things. I think we're going to pass here. Actually, we should do this one main phase, right? Because if we hit a land, we'll play it. We didn't hit a land. Hit like another 5. Another 5 doesn't help us flip it. Though we do have a couple of 3s in our hand. We also have this thing in our hand that we can flip it with. And just try to Banefire their face. Okay, that resolves. We'll save all of our counter spells to like trying to make sure that they can't redirect a Banefire or get rid of our gateway in a manner. So like every bit of juice I have left in this game is about flipping this and Banefiring them. I don't have a whole lot of things that flip it other than these sinister sabotages. Sideboarded out a lot of them. Another History of Benalia would do it. We sideboarded out Deflecting Palm, but... Oh, Deflecting Palm. Sorry, I was thinking Deafening Clarion for some reason. Yeah, well... It's now time for us to use a bunch of counter spells and hope that... Oh, Chemist... Yeah, well, the Chemist resolves. That makes it harder for you to win a counter spell war. This is a 2, and it's a pretty darn good 2. Actually, we'll leave that on top of our library, because if somehow he wins in a manner that gets this off the table, we're going to want that. Like if he spends all his mana to get this, just resolving Teferi and Search next turn gives him quite a few more threats to have to deal with. He has no mana floating, so 1's good enough. They could have played a land, but we had another. Alright, well, let's just press F6 then. Guess we get rid of this one. And then... I have no idea how much mana this is. I'm just clicking the button until it's done. And there we go. Nice little 3-2 of this deck. It was real fun. We lost to the 2 red decks as we expected to. And then like we ran through a couple of mid-range decks and then a control deck that seemed like it got kind of bad draws. I actually imagine if they have a bunch of negates and stuff, they're probably favored versus us, especially since they had Invoke the Divine. But it seems like they had a pretty poor draw. Let's see if our PD chest nets us anything today. This is a little money in real life. I don't think either of these are worth anything. The card's cool, though. Cool cards are sweet. Had somebody in a local draft 6 of these, and my deck wasn't great, and he peppered me with on one game. I was able to win the other 2, but like still, it was kind of cool to get smashed by it. Oh, our opponent said GG's. I didn't mean to be rude to him. I literally didn't see it till we'd already clicked the button. But yeah, anyway, so as expected, this deck did not feel great, but it felt very, very, very fun. Like, this card and Treasure Map are probably being underplayed at the moment. And overall, they're pretty sweet. I can see a deck like this being good, but I feel like it needs a little bit more interaction in the early games. Whether it be Ixalan's Binding or like maybe some Essence Scatters. Just something like probably doesn't need the full 7 sweepers in the main deck. Probably needs to fill those curve spots out with like just other things in general. Felt pretty weak to Planeswalkers, though we were able to beat the Gogari mid-range Planeswalker build twice in a row. We felt pretty lucky about that, but like, just some bindings or something might sure a game like that up. A couple extra negates, a couple extra scatters. The Clarions were kind of aggravating the entire tournament, but they were good when they were good. I just don't think we need 7 of that effect. And then we have 2 more in the sideboard. I don't think we need 9 of that effect. Especially when we're already playing Silhouette. Like maybe just some like red removal spells might be okay in those spots. But anyway, it was fun, and I highly appreciate you guys coming out and watching today. And since Aaron was nice enough to give us a host, we're gonna go find somebody to host ourselves. Well, what do they call that on like paying it forward? No, I don't think that's the right terms. But long story short, just like sending it to someone. I see another guy playing a Teferi deck. Is Brad or anybody on? Bow's opening packs. Jody is playing Arena. I don't really want to host an Arena player. No offense to Nassif, but he doesn't need our host. Alright, well, the only person I followed, it looks like they're playing non-Arena other than Nassif. Sorry, non-Arena, non-limited. Is MTG Deck Tech. So let's go ahead and give them the host, and take care, everybody. Go check out their version of Jeskai Control. Let's see if it's any better than this version. Take care, everybody, and thanks for stopping by.